How are you fine people in this indubitably very warm days of summer?
Still technically spring for 3 days.
It's really hot. I will not have this discussion about semantics with you. I will not. I refuse. It's summer. It's freaking summer. It's dry during the day. It's humid and foggy during the night. It is summer.
Is that how summers are in Italy? Huh.
This summer is, at the very least.
When I said we were going to record a minicast, I didn't think it was going to be Adriano bitches about the weather, but okay, we can go with this.
It's to justify the fact that I have my fan on, and you probably can pick it up since you're recording. You had your ginormous AC on a minute ago.
It's literally half the size of my room. It's nice.
It's really noisy. But speaking of noises, at the very least this time around you're not playing around with the God knows what. I swear to you, every time I have to edit audio involving you, there is always something noisy happening on your side because you're constantly fidgeting and wallowing and swindling and busying yourself in some way or the other, and it's very annoying.
Wow, okay, so this minicast is going to be entitled, What Adriano has been really wanting to complain about.
What else is new?
I mean, hey, apparently you found a game that you don't have anything to complain about yet.
As you know, Ross, today is your birthday. The day of this recording. So, since you have been so generous in giving me presents, I decided to give you some presents back.
Yes, you gave me a game called Creepy Castle on Steam.
Yes. And,
which
you know,
I haven't played yet.
I know. Very few people have played it. I sadly found out. There is such a thing as a cult following game. And then there is Creepy Castle, which is apparently in its own dimension of obscurity. Unfairly so, because it is one of the best, if not the best, game I have ever played on Steam. Shy of just Undertale.
I don't know, Freedom Planet's really good too. And then there's Honey Pop.
Okay, personal tastes aside, Creepy Castle is a game that really won my heart over, and I talked about it at length in various other podcasts and even my brief playthrough of it with the bar. So I'm going to let you discover it for yourself. Enjoy the gift that keeps on giving, because there is a lot to unpack about this game, both in terms of gameplay and lore and characters. It is just one of the most charming and lovingly crafted RPGs of its kind.
And is it supposed to be
so
a ZX
precious.
Spectrum style?
Yes, it is. And I really like the aesthetics in that regard.
Fair enough. As far as the rest of my birthday, it was awful. My birthday itself, not the days before or after it.
Well, the birthdays days, that is, usually are, because you are stuck with the unavoidable realization that you're getting 1 year closer to your inevitable demise.
Oh, it had absolutely nothing to do with this. Since we're having a Complain-A-Thon, let me complain a little bit.
A Complain-A-Thon?
Complain-A-Thon.
Sounds like something you start on Twitter.
Basically. I know some people that actually use their Facebook just to complain about work. Really. Anyway. So, yes, I had to work today. I had 2 days before my birthday off and the day after my birthday off, but I did not get my birthday off. So,
So, you had 2 days off of your birthday? What?
Before my birthday. The 2 days right before my birthday. Then the day after my birthday is also off from work, but not my birthday itself.
Okay. Fun.
So, I had to go into work today, and it sucked. I'm normally a photo lab associate and a Walmart, so that's fine. That's my typical responsibilities. Occasionally I help out in electronics as well, like hawking TVs and video games and stuff like that. You know, kind of stuff that I have a wheelhouse in already. Until very recently, I was also expected to help fulfill Walmart.com orders. Basically, Walmart has a service where you can order something on the website, and then we pick stuff off of our inventory, put them aside for the customer, and then the customer comes in and picks it up in the store, usually within a couple hours. Well, I had been freed from this responsibility, but they threw me back into it today. And today just happened to be a day where everyone was ordering freaking bags of mulch all day.
Oh, you mean horses' excrements. I gotcha.
Stuff like that, yes. So anyway, so I had to spend my day fulfilling orders of that. By the time I got home...
You have been literally carrying bags of crud.
Mm-hmm. By the time my day was over, I was so physically exhausted that I actually came home and took a nap. And instead of, having like a birthday dinner or something, I was basically like alone on my own for dinner tonight. So I've been kind of by myself basically all day since I got home.
Aww.
Yeah, so, I saw my friends the last 2 days, including my girlfriend, and I'll probably see my girlfriend tomorrow, so it's not that big a deal, but it's still a little tiny bit lonely. So all I've been doing since I got home after I took my nap was watching One Punch Man, which was my one birthday gift on my birthday.
Tough luck, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
This is a riveting podcast that we are recording, I have to say. It's extremely riveting, man.
Oh, man.
Sounds like you really need to play Creepy Castle, because that cheered me up. So that should cheer you up as well, because
hopefully,
we have practically the same taste in video games. So I cannot even...
Yeah, you can't even complete that sentence. You're just like, I think there's a little game called Persona 5 that we have some differing opinions on.
Its story sucks. Simple as that. We both agree on that.
Oh, I wouldn't say it sucks. I said
it's terrible.
I'm never saying...
It's juvenile, and it's just so rushed in certain points. It's pretentious in other points. It's mostly just juvenile and written for 12-year-olds with a bare minimum understanding of what constitutes drama or characterization. But that's fine, because every JRPG is written like that.
No, please, tell us how you really feel. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll tell you what I feel, what I really, really feel.
On another day.
Now, you know that I love cartoons, right?
So I figured you were going to bring this up. Yes, I know that you have a long-standing love of cartoons, especially during the silver and golden age of the medium.
I love animation in all of the years, but yes, if you had to bring that up specifically, I've held actual lectures about Golden Age cartoons and Golden Age Hollywood. Golden Age cartoons during Hollywood in the Golden Ages.
Much like how I've run actual lectures about the Toho series and the Persona series.
Yes, I don't want to denigrate you or in any way, but I feel like, my lectures might be a bit higher on the scale of value. I'm not shaming you or anything, but
I've also held lectures on hentai, so
the point I was trying to make is that I love cartoons. I love retro, old-style cartoons. And you love video games, specifically action run-and-gun platformers a la Mega Man, right?
I do have a fondness for the Mega Man series, although Capcom apparently does not anymore.
Now, if only there was a way to combine the two things together.
It's almost like you're shilling for an upcoming indie game or something.
So today I've introduced Ross to the seeming magnificence, at least aesthetically speaking, that is Cuphead, a gun-and-run platformer that's aesthetically based off the very specific style of 1930s cartoons, the Max and Dave Fleischer era cartoons. Precise aesthetic. It is a primary inspiration, clearly. And I have the chance to seek out some gameplay footage of this upcoming game, which is coming out in September on both Steam and the Xbox One X, or however the hell it's called right now.
X-Bones!
Cuphead, as I said, it's a Fleischer era cartoon style inspired action platformer that's brimming with excellent visual cues, sound bites, and various other elements of visual prowess that are taken specifically from this era of animation. It goes out of its way to be as loyal as possible to the source material, to the point that it actually looks and feels like something that might have existed back in the day. I can totally see Cuphead being a character that existed back then, just like Bimbo or Betty Boop, Coco the Clown, or Mickey Mouse, or Popeye, or Flip the Frog. I can go on. I know obscure cartoon characters.
That much is obvious, yes.
So this is great for me specifically. This seems like a game made after my own heart. And it's great because games like this are basically bringing back to the forefront, under the spotlight, if you will, this very specific style and aesthetic that dominated the medium in those turbulent years, in between the 1920s and the 1940s, which is to say the 1930s.
Yes.
And people often forget how important the contribution of the Fleischer brothers was. It's important to remember where all cartoons as we know it essentially come from people like the Fleischer brothers, and before that, from the creators of Felix the Cat, and before that, from Winsor McKay and Gertie the Dinosaur. This is something that I'm truly, absolutely passionate about. So I am glad this, by the looks of it, seems like the best looking game of the year. So I definitely cannot wait for this game. Hopefully I can play it on my PC fine.
It doesn't look like it's going to be too taxing just by the style of the game. No,
it's not that the problem. The problem is that I have a USB controller, and the Steam page says, hey, all controllers can be used with this one, but that really does not mean that all controllers are. So I'm worried about that, because I cannot fathom to play a game like this with the keyboard.
No,
that would be
just does not work.
Insanity.
Just think, they released DOS Mega Man games at one point. Wouldn't you want to play those on your keyboard?
Oh, dear Lord! But yes, essentially Cuphead, by the style of it, is Mega Man meets Bimbo's Initiation. I guess, if I have to make a comparison. Essentially, and
I mean, aesthetically, it looks very good. I will say one thing that these type of games really show is that no matter how much money you put into super high polygon counts and frame rate and everything,
flame rate, yes, on Twitter specifically.
The flame rate, yes.
I love it.
But no matter how much money you throw into your visuals, if you don't have a pleasing aesthetic design, it's not going to do you any good. Again, as much as you dislike the game, I like showing Persona 5 as a prime example of a game that aesthetically looks amazing and will about 10 years from now.
It has to be different enough for me to truly grab my imagination. And really, there is nothing more imaginative in my mind than that unbridled level of creativity and unruliness that defined those cartoons back in the 1930s, and to see that brought back and reinvigorated in the form of a modern-day video game, such as Cuphead, is truly inspiring to me. It's a similar reason why I enjoy the new Mickey Mouse shorts by Paul Radish.
I've seen a good number of them. They definitely have that old-school animation feel to them.
They are over-exaggerating the style of early 1930s Disney cartoons to the point that they look like a grotesque parody of it. And because of that, it assumes its own very unique style, which is fine in its own right. But then we have Cuphead, which is just that very specific eye, that very specific style, just brought back to life for all to enjoy. I hope that
I gathered you are fairly excited about this game.
Yes, I hope that by the end of this year, that and even Bendy and the Ink Machine are big enough that they would legitimately reawaken interest in old cartoons from people. That's my hope.
I'm just waiting for Freedom Planet 2 and Sonic Mania at this point.
Speaking of which, have you seen that Sonic Mania has a traditionally animated opening, much like Sonic CD?
No, actually I didn't.
You have not seen the
Honestly,
trailer?
I have not been following Sonic Mania very closely. The thing that made me want to actually see is I just happened to see a video one day of them showing some gameplay of the new Chemical Plant Zone. I was like, oh, that looks so fun!
Well, I've seen a more recent trailer of it, and they showcased some traditional animation that's very much in the same style of the animation in Sonic CD. That made me salivating, because I really liked the animation in question.
I mean, the entire game is basically meant to give me a nostalgia erection. I mean, that's basically what it's trying to do.
I really want to know your opinion about that other Sonic game in which you can make your own Sonic OC and play with it! And the fandom explodes!
Basically, I mean, you basically just said it. I'm just like, oh god, this is the worst thing ever. They basically, like, number one, making the rather creepy areas of the Sonic fanbase feel validated. Congratulations, yes. Sega. On the other hand, I have a feeling that it's going to end up being, detrimental towards wanting to look up anything about the game online, ever.
Yes, I know about the trend of just typing your name, adding the Hedgehog, and you get several OCs that are exactly named like that.
Pretty much.
Have you tried to type Ross the Hedgehog?
No, I have not. I'm not
Do it! Do it.
Oh god, okay, I'm actually going to do this. I'm recording video on this so you can do this part.
Right.
Okay, so this will be how we end this mini-cast.
I guess it is. Oh boy, what did you find? What did you find? Oh god!
Oh god, hold on, yes, so I'm going to forward this image to you. This is the epitome of trying too hard.
No!
There were a couple of other ones, but this was by far the best.
Final Fantasy Sonic, I guess. This might just be the thumbnail for this podcast.
If it wasn't, I would be highly disappointed.
This is a fun experiment to do. It's been trending for a while, I think. The fact that the fandom has gotten to this point, it's both scary and fascinating.
It is.
And
after there's a Ross the Hedgehog. Oh god. After Sonic Forces, oh no. Oh no.
Oh yes!
Freedom Planet 2, come and save us from this!
Okay, and then you type your name and add the dragon.
Oh,
oh, it's a thing. Do you want to bet?
Nope. We're done. We're done.
Okay, thank you for joining us, everybody. See you on the flop side.
This nation heaven, stay alive. Now shooting me. We're going to have fun. Say, lights off. Excalibur. It's about to
You always need a day. You got the power to save the day.
Take a little chance, slip on through. You got smart no matter what you do. You gotta do for you.
The power's in your mind to shake the planet, to conquer time. To the sonic ball, deep is this time. To the sonic ball.